Good morning, children. Today we are going to revise story writing and blog writing. Now I know that most of you have very good imagination and can imagine a fairly decent plot for a story. But at the same time, many of you have problem in organizing your thoughts and putting them down systematically on paper. So today I am going to give you some very useful tips on how to write a good story and a blog which will help you in your examination. This 5-pointer star or graphic organizer will help you in organizing your story in a better way. The first point is who. It means who are the characters. The second is where. Where are they situated? That is the place where your story is set. Third, when. When is the story taking place? Fourth, what happens in the story? And fifth, how do you think the character feels? After planning out your story, check the question once again to make sure you know what the question is asking you to do. After writing the story, recheck to make sure there are no mistakes like missing article, spelling, punctuation, etc. Use paragraphs to make it more legible. Next, try to use some direct speech. Example, he said, "Do you remember me?" Next, stay within the word limit. And last but not the least, include a title for your story. Now let's revise blog writing. A well-structured blog will catch the reader's attention and make them want to read what you have to say. You can help do this if you follow these simple tips. Give the blog posting a title that will catch the reader's eye. Secondly, put the main point in the very first paragraph. This is the first thing readers see and it will make them want to read on. Next, try to write in a friendly and informal style. Use the first person. Try to describe rather than tell. Hence, use more of imagery. And finally, always use a polite tone and sound informative and knowledgeable. In Cambridge Children, you normally get travel blogs to write. So for specifically writing a travel blog, always remember that do your research. Write on a destination or place that you're very familiar with so that you sound genuine and the facts that you give are for real. Second, make a note of some interesting facts and statistics which you can also use in your blog. After doing your research or after writing down all the factual points, plan carefully. Decide what details you want to include about your destination and what normal everyday boring details you can leave out. Narrative style, as I've already told you, a blog is personal, so always write in the first person narrative. Keep it fairly informal to create the bond between you and your audience and adopt a lively, fast-paced style to help persuade the audience they are sharing the experience. And finally, remember that it's all in the detail. Because you are the audience eye, the audience has not seen the place for real. They are going to see the place through your eyes, so you have to be very vivid in your description. Use reflection to allow your audience to share your feelings about your experience and write about the people as well as the place to add another dimension to your blog. All these points are needed to score well in the exams. So hoping that you keep the following points in mind when you write the blog, that when you answer the question that I have put up for you next. Good luck, children. So children, keeping this flowchart in mind, I want you to now write a blog on the question that you see on your screen.